What is up, guys? Welcome back to the stream. F4 at Tsukuba is what we are driving today. Kind of chop. I don't know why it looks like that. Probably camera angle or something. Because it looked fine 5 minutes ago. I don't know. It's good for now, at least. Man, this stuff is chop. Man, I might put on a hat or something. I don't know. That's the least of my concerns, to be honest. So, let's see. Where's F4 at Tsukuba? They should be driving it already. Yeah, it's at Oldham Park, Okayama, Lime Rock, and Tsukuba. We are racing at Tsukuba. Turn the volume up a little bit. Does it sound louder? Because it shows right here like the same volume. Join practice. Trading paint is not open, but iRacing is opening. Well, yeah, how y'all been? I didn't stream yesterday. I ran a 5K yesterday, so that was fun. I got the number and all. So yeah, that was really fun. I ran a personal best. I ran a 30-minute. My personal best used to be a 32, so a 2-minute improvement is extremely good. And apart from that, I was just driving most of the day. I was practicing a lot at Tsukuba, so but yeah, lots of fun stuff. Tomorrow we'll be racing, hopefully at Tsukuba, and all of that stuff, as well as Thursday and Friday, because Tsukuba is an insanely easy racetrack. I will say, very slippery. It is a very slippery racetrack, especially with the setup that they have given us. But apart from that, like, it's relatively easy. It's not like we're practicing for Suzuka, or even Spa isn't that hard in terms of memorizing the track. So there should be a couple, like, if we can get 10 good laps back to back, I'll be like, what I want to aim for is a 53. Right now I'm setting 54.8, and I'm not really happy with that because the fastest lap is like a 52. If I can get to like a 53, 53.5, I'd be happy with that. Is the thing, did I change it to gameplay? I don't think I did. Did I? I did not. Okay. There we go. Okay, I need to put on my boots because my boots are not on. Alright. Boots are going on, and then we will start driving as many laps as we can within the 1 hour that I will be streaming racing Tsukuba, or driving Tsukuba. Wow. These boots are like genuinely one of the best things I've ever bought for my sim rig. It's just like so much better than to just having to. You guys hear? Okay, you guys can. It's just a million times better than. I always drove with shoes since I started. Um, I always drove with shoes. At the start, I used some Levi's, But now I don't even think they sell these anymore. They're BMW Puma Speed Cats with the high top. And they're really nice. They're extremely stiff. So they work great on the pedals and all. And just in general, they're just really, really good. I mean, they've lasted me 3 years. No, not 3 years. Like 2 years. But still, it's a long time. What's the volume at? It's like 32 or something. It's because I had it connected to my speakers the other day. And I kind of turned it down a little bit. But it is back up. Nobody in the chat. We're all good to go. And brake vice, I am running 54%. That corner, I think, for me, is the hardest. I don't know why. It's just I find it a little bit more difficult than the other ones. I mean, even through here, I feel like this one's easier. Not so much the corner as it is the exit of the corner. I feel like that's what it is, just getting the acceleration spot on. And a lot of these corners, because most of the corners here at Tsukuba, they're all hairpins and stuff. Besides like 3 that are just like kind of sweeper corners. Okay. My last lap was my fastest lap ever. Like, new fastest lap. So that's nice. I do want to look at the lap because the thing about Tsukuba is that you can set a really good lap and then the next lap can be a whole lot different because of all that slippiness in the corners and stuff. So like right here, I accelerated and I kind of slipped, but I caught it, which is a good thing. Like I didn't slip, I more so corrected it. And then through here I brake normally, semi-normally. I kind of take a more V-shaped line. That sweeper's good. That sweeper's good. This one, the braking here is a little difficult because there's not like there's a braking marker, but there's not. You have to kind of make one up, and that's kind of a little difficult. And this last corner, I'm pretty sure this is where I'm losing most of the time. I brake, you brake momentarily there. I feel like I did a good job there. That felt good. Like that felt really good when I did it. It still felt good because I didn't like go over any bumps or anything. But I still like that first corner. I'm losing a lot of time, and then like this corner right here, I know I'm losing time. Not so much on entry as it is on exit. I feel like I can use a lot more of the track, and I think it's just more so the fact that I have to gradually build up. Also through here, that was just me. That was my bad. I kind of like I braked, but like I no, I didn't brake. I just lifted, so that causes that lift off oversteer. Let's see. Let me. Yeah, that's what y'all see. Let me open up iRacing because I know you guys probably because most of my viewers, you guys do play iRacing. I think that's just by speculation. I have no like analytics to tell me if you guys play iRacing or not. But from the fact that you guys are watching me drive around cars on a simulator on a simulated track, I'd imagine you guys play iRacing, right? That's just by speculation. That's just what I think. Um, but to those of you who don't, which I believe is, I know at least one of y'all doesn't. Two of y'all, because I know some of the people that watch my streams. But this week is the 4 hours of Thruxton, which is an endurance race at what they call the fastest track in the United Kingdom, I believe. Might not be the United Kingdom. It's the 6 hours of the Glen. Yeah, the fastest circuit in the UK. The only thing is that this is an endurance race in a car that I've never driven before, because I will show you guys what cars they are. These cars are not. Also, it's this Saturday. This Friday to Sunday is when they're racing. It is 4 hours, so it's not long at all. I don't know how many cars join. The only thing is that if I were to choose that, if I were to drive that, I would have to buy the Thruxton racetrack, and I would also have to buy the Hyundai Elantra N, because they also have the Audi RS3, the Honda Civic Type R. But I feel like if I'm to race the 4 hours of Thruxton, I would like to race it in the Hyundai Elantra N. That's just the car I think I would prefer. There is also the older Hyundai Elantra N. And here's the 4 hours of Thruxton. There are multiple time splits, and although it's a team race, you can race it solo or with a team, because it's like when it's 24 hours, or I think like more than 6 hours, I think you do need more than one person. But for this one, you only need one person because 4 hours is a stint for some people at a 24-hour race. So yeah, that is Thruxton. These are the cars, which I would have to buy both of them. And yeah, that's an expense to add to the things also. And then again, it's just like they're TCR cars. I've never driven a TCR car, so actually, I think I drove one not too long ago, but it's like I've driven a TCR car like once or twice. So driving it during a race and I only have a week till that race, that's a little difficult to do, just because like since I don't know it, like I can adapt to the car quickly, but to drive it at race pace, it's just kind of difficult to do that on such short notice. Okay, why does it keep opening? The exposure is way too high. My encoder is about to explode. There. Whoa, what was that? That was my laptop. Why is it so loud? Well, what is this? I didn't even open this. Let's see. And I apologize for starting the stream so late. It's about to be 6. Yeah, let's just keep driving, I guess. Oh, somebody joined. Thank you, Viper's Pit, for joining the stream. I know my guy. I look like I'm very delayed. I don't know why my encoder is like overloaded, but thank you so much for joining the stream. We are driving Formula 4 cars around Tsukuba in preparation for tomorrow's race. So that's cool. I do think part of my stuff, there was a bug on my neck. Part of my stuff kind of glitching is the fact that I have a million things open. So I'm gonna close. Trading Paints is still running, but it's not. It's running in the background instead. So yeah, thank you so much to Viper's Pit for being in the stream. I'm going to run a couple laps. If you want to say anything, put something in the chat. I can see the chat up here, so don't hesitate if you want to say something. Just put it there, and I'll try to read it as quickly as possible. Got to warm up the tires first. I know why. I'm downshifting to first gear. Should only downshift to second. Much better exit. That was a beautiful exit. I braked way too late. Yeah, that was on me. I braked way too late and I locked up. So really wide exit. Whew, okay, I got a new fastest lap, 50 off. Really nice exit through that corner. Slight corrections, but I gradually built up to the speed, and I didn't mean to press that. So look, it was a gradual going into the throttle, as well as only downshifting to second gear really helped the lap. Through here, I do want to see what I did a little bit differently. I brake where I always brake, but then again, only down to first gear, but late. And if you guys see that line, that's like an early apex wide exit. That is a very nice line. And through here, just a normal lift and then go. I did see a little correction and then a little bit of dirt over here. Over here, then braking normally down to first gear, kind of clipping the apex, which here around Tsukuba, although usually you want to clip the apex, especially on the last corner, is extremely difficult. If you take this apex, makes you jump like that and it makes you go out wide. I feel like this lap could have been like a 54.5 if not for hitting the apex that much. If we didn't hit the apex, like if we hit the apex half as many times, which would have been like what, 3 times, it would have been a much faster lap probably. But that's just what we have to work with. And there I just kind of braked really late. So yeah, but definitely happy a little bit with the consistency or the gains that we're getting, but definitely not like where I want to be. Where is my stream? Absolutely nobody watching. Okay. Well, let me get out of the car. I wanted to see some other things before we jump back into the car, as well as I will practice later because I do want to aim for a win on this racetrack. I see that it just disconnected everything, so yay. See, it just disconnected from Twitch, which is fun. I see that it just opened up again. I'd imagine YouTube's gonna do the same thing. It's gonna either tell me I do not have an active live stream or that it just connected to the live stream. So I also see that the M2 is racing a Tsukuba. Is the MX5 is a Tsukuba. Tsukuba in the MX5, I'm gonna tell you guys this right now, is so fun. I got my first win in a sports car at Tsukuba, multiple podiums at Tsukuba in the MX5. So if you guys get the chance, make sure you guys drive this combo. The MX5 with at Tsukuba Circuit is so fun. Tsukuba is just a fun racetrack in general because it's like it's short. It's like it's pretty fun in basically every single race or in every single car. So yeah, it's always fun to drive Tsukuba in any car. Let's see. IndyCar. Oh shoot, it is the Detroit Grand Prix. That's next week, right? Also IMSA. I was looking for that over there, IMSA for the Detroit Grand Prix. Vintage Grand Prix Tour. Anything else I can join? Sorry. FIA Formula 4 fixed. The FF 1600, but that's the advanced FF 1600 at Charlotte Motor Speedway, the Roval. What's next week? Oh, it's at Interlagos. Alton Park, Long Beach, Canadian Tire Motorsport Park, Tsukuba. This one's at Adelaide, which is interesting. Lime Rock Park, and the FF 1600 is also a Circuito de Lebanon. Let's just jump back into Tsukuba because I have nothing else to do. I'll probably race this one later because I do feel confident enough to race the series already. Like Tsukuba is like I've driven on there so many times that it's just one of those where I can kind of get into the car and like just put a couple laps in and it'll be good. And I do feel confident with the 54 seconds. So comparing it to a 52, the 52 is like one of the fastest laps in the world. The 54 though is not consistent. I'm setting 54s rarely. I do want to see if I can set like 4 or 5 back-to-back 54s because if I'm setting constant 55s, then I'd rather spend the extra time to practice rather than to keep driving. So I'll keep like practicing if I can't set consistent 54s. Let's see. Keep driving. Absolutely nobody's on. I have no idea, like why there's nobody watching. We had moments where we had 128 viewers, and now we have absolutely none. I kept getting lockups. Now I realize that my brake bias wasn't where it's supposed to be. Beautiful exit through there. I felt good about that corner. Let's just see if we can nail this one.
New fast lap for you.
54.8 is not my fastest lap. My fastest lap is a 54.7. So I don't know what they're talking about, but I'm still happy with that. That was a really bad exit and entry through that corner, and I know I lost more than a second of time. That lap felt good. There were some little slip ups, but it felt good. It felt like a decent lap.
New fast lap for you.
Again, really bad lockup through there. Is my brake bias correct? It's at 54.3. It shouldn't cause that big of a... That was horrible. Brake a little earlier through that corner. That's what's destroying our laps, is the second to last corner. I brake where I think my braking marker is, and that's not where it is, so I'll end up locking up on entry and just having a really wide exit. So definitely changing that up will gain us a little bit of lap time. As for turn one, I feel pretty decent about that. lap or turn 2, I feel like I can dissect a little. I don't know why I braked on that corner, but I did. Way better exit if I brake like 5 feet before the brake marker. Okay, that's what, like 8 laps? Let's reset. I think I had one out lap 100%, but am I happy with that pace? Okay, new fastest lap, a 54.6, which is so it was incorrect on the steering wheel. My new fastest lap is a 54.6. My previous fastest lap was a 54.710. Am I happy with this pace? Definitely, 100%. Um, I said a 55, but this was an out lap, and then a 54, 54, 54. So 3 consecutive 54s, and then I started trying to find more speed, so I started locking up on these 2 laps as well as the first one. And then our final lap had the 54.996, which is after the revision that we did on braking a little bit earlier on the last corner. So, or on the second to last corner, which I am extremely happy with. Maybe not extremely happy, but it's definitely up there. So, pretty happy with those results. See, that's something nice I like about Windows 11. It has the thing to like let you select which monitor you want it on. I do really like that. That's one advantage to having Windows 11. I don't know why I keep getting out. It's because I keep saying like, "Oh, I'll practice later," but it's like if I want to win, I have to practice like crazy. So realistically, the only other thing that I would do is just practice, practice, practice. So yeah, I'm just gonna load up the sim again and keep practicing. Phew, just gotta wait for it to. It always takes so long to load, and there's absolutely nobody watching the stream. Is there now? Maybe there's no. Still nobody. Man, it's crazy because I used to have like 4 views, at least 3 viewers, and now it's 0. I get the views after the stream ends, but it's like, what's the point? Like, I appreciate you guys' support. Don't think you guys' support doesn't mean a lot to me because you guys' support means absolutely everything to me. So thank you guys for being here. But yeah, thank you to everybody who supports me on all of this stuff. It generally means the world to me that you guys even watch my streams, especially even after I stream them. So thank you guys so much for doing that. Um, okay, what was that? I don't know what's with my computer, and every single time I get out of iRacing, it is for some reason iRacing stays over here. It's one of those inconveniences where it's so minor, but it also annoys me that much whenever it happens. It's not big, but it's just like, why can't you just stay in the middle? Like, that's what I don't get. Like, it used to stay in the middle. Now it wants to go over here, which is the minorest inconvenience. But whenever you just get out of a race where a car crashed into you deliberately, like on purpose, and you see that iRacing is over here and you have to look like this instead of here, it's a little annoying. But where is the McLaren MP4/4? It's MP4/C. MP4 slash dash 12C GT3. This is the one I want to drive at Suzuka because I wish I had Monaco, but I don't. Maybe next time I stream, I will. Hopefully, I will because Senna was a master of Monaco and Suzuka and Interlagos. Those three were like his main tracks. Actually, I don't think I've ever driven at Monaco. That's a racetrack that's like I think exclusive to the F1 games. So I don't think I've ever driven there. I would like to though. Okay. Alt tab. Where is OBS? There it is. I apologize. My USB shifter is not connected. So I'm gonna go connect that real quick. I'm just gonna put it on starting soon because I can. Okay, I'm back. I don't know if that exploded my encoder or if I'm even streaming still. Hopefully I am. I should be. I see no reason why I shouldn't. It was like very demanding on the thing, but it is connected now. So let's just take a couple laps in the MP4/4 around Suzuka. I think it's not being registered. I think I have to exit and get back in, which would make sense because it wasn't registered at the start. So if I kind of put it in and it hasn't been registered still, I'd imagine it wouldn't work. It should work now. It is connected. So yeah, there. A little too aggressive on the throttle. Yeah, it's not recovering. I have to reset the car. Let's do another one because that's the thing about this car is that since it's turbocharged, it doesn't have that much torque at the start. But once it gains a little bit of RPM, that's when the torque kicks in, and it is extreme torque. You know what? Let me put the steering wheel back on. Um, let's do the Porsche GT3 RS, the drifting one that we always drive. Let's just do a little bit with down, and then that'll be it. It has DRS, but I don't know what that would be useful for in drifting because DRS is drag reduction. I know there's not really like a... There's not really aerodynamic... Like, there's aerodynamics for any car, but does downforce contribute to drifting? Let's go over here. Okay, really bad start, but there's another corner. Hold up. Hey, that was clean. That was clean. Even though it was unintentional, that was clean. Okay, well, all we did today was basically practice and nothing else from that besides the final couple of laps that we drove at Suzuka in the MP4/4 and in the Porsche GT3 RS Drift Demon. Thank you guys so much for watching. I think there's absolutely nobody watching, so yay. But yeah, if there is somebody watching, thank you so much for watching. You guys' support means absolutely everything to me. So thank you, even if you watched for a minute, even if you watched the entire stream, even if I didn't see you, I acknowledge you. And I get stream reports, and just seeing that I had one viewer throughout the entire stream, it makes my day. So thank you guys so much for watching. I understand that for some of you guys it is already late. It might be 7:30 for you guys. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys tomorrow, hopefully, racing the Formula 4 at Tsukuba. And hopefully we'll be fighting for a podium. Our pace is definitely podium fightable. So yeah, make sure you guys stay tuned. I will see you guys tomorrow. Make sure you guys are here tomorrow so you guys can see the race at Tsukuba. But anyways, I will see you all next time.